Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I'm Denise. Today is Saturday, and today is the day I go to my WW meeting in Turnersville, New Jersey. Yes, I attend meetings. I've always been a meeting attender. I did start off as digital, but I've been a meeting attender pretty faithfully, other than COVID, since 2016. So currently I am Weight Watchers International. I did belong to a franchise, Weight Watchers of Philadelphia, but Weight Watchers of Philadelphia does not honor the lifetimers. So cut them loose, and I am a international member. Like I said, I go to Turnersville, New Jersey, 8:30 meeting. So if you're in the local area, and come join me on a Saturday morning at 8:30. How did you do this week, D? Now I know it's my second week not exercising because of the foot. I didn't do bad. I was only up, and I say only because you just never know, 0.2. And I consider being up 0.2 a wash. I do. I don't think 0.2 is anything. But if you want to say, oh, it's still a gain, then you can think whatever you like. I am excited about that. I was like, yes, please. No exercise for 2 weeks. See, I do say the exercise thing is a bit overrated. Well, I am allowed to start doing a little bit of exercise, so this week I will just start slow and just not go right out the gates to what I was. But he wants me to see how we're doing. The foot is not doing bad. It's doing okay. I do have occasional pangs, but not anything like I was. So we're holding off on the second shot. Apparently you can only have 3 shots and then they have to operate. Yeah, I don't like to hear that. But the recipe du jour is the kebab collection. Kebab collection. Anything goes on a stick. They have it at 9 points, but there is what it looks like. I don't really do much kebabs, but there's your QR code to go to your WW app if you want to go check out. It looks like there's does it mention the meatballs? Are there meatballs? No, they're not meatballs. Oh, one has meatballs. Grilled meatball kebabs. Okay, that's a collection, but they're featuring the meatball, which is the one right here. I never thought of meatballs on a kebab. I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like grilled meatballs, but heck, you know. So it's a new month at the WW. So we're going to talk about the month's theme first. Celebrating your journey. It's Celebrating Your Journey month. So we have to celebrate the journey that we're in. The dog is eating grass. That's why I went and looked over there. I don't know. He's eating grass. Does your dog eat grass? My dog eats grass. Okay. Celebrate your journey. Have you tracked your food today? Were you active? Did you make at least one healthy choice? If nothing else, you're reading this, and that counts. It's celebrating sometimes the little things. Sometimes we expect too much, and then when you fall short, you're like, I failed. And that they're trying to build your confidence and look at the little things you can accomplish, because little things add up to big victories. I can attest to that. Yep. Yes, we're trying to get a little rah-rah so that you sit with those or any wins for a second. Think back to the beginning of your journey. Building healthy habits can be hard. It may even feel like an uphill battle, or even certain things seem like a relatively walk in the park and now are effortless. We talked about that in the meeting today, how tracking. I was a horrible tracker. I will tell you that. But I've just embraced the quick add, and I track every meal. Is it perfect? No. I guesstimate most of the times, but you have to give it something. You do. So month, we are sharing practical ways to celebrate what's going right, recognize how far you've come, and lean on what's working. Thinking the positive, not the negative. We tend to think of the negative and not the positive, and they want you to focus more on the positive. Positive things make for a positive attitude, and positive attitude makes for wanting to stay on plan more. So let's see. Let's go back. That's just our little intro. Let's go to the topic at hand. All right, it is how to use your strengths to stay on track. Beth James O'Keefe. Some of your best tools in this journey. The qualities and traits that shine when you feel you're bringing your A game. Recognize, celebrate, and draw them daily. We all have our different strengths. We do. Good, bad, or ugly, they're our strengths. You have to embrace them and look at those. Like, not everything's going to be fabulous. We're not always going to be on plan 100%. I mean, there are people that are, but they're the ones that come crashing down. And that's why I always try to say to you, perfection is overrated, because the fall is so high from being perfect. All right, let's try this. Step 1, identify a strength by filling in the blanks. So I'm going to read it. I'll fill in my blanks and you could fill in yours. You can just fill them in the comment section below if you want as well. That would be really cool. You could say, my strength is, if you want. That would be really cool. All right, I feel like my best self when I'm being myself and not trying to be her or somebody else. Like, you have to be you in this journey. You can't be me. You can't be her. You have to find your strength, what you do well, what works for you, what doesn't, what food you want to eat, what food you don't want to eat. Don't have somebody tell you what to eat and what not to eat. I always say every food is on the plan. No food is inherently bad. Don't make somebody feel bad because you want to eat a Built Bar. So if you like Built Bars and they help you on your journey, who cares what anybody else thinks? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, find what works and what you like and what you enjoy and what you're willing to pay for. If you want to buy something that I wouldn't buy, but if you enjoy it, and that is worth everything to you. So I feel like my best self when I'm being myself, when I'm not, you know what I'm saying, when I'm just, and when I started being true to me, really good things happened. And I don't have to be fake. I don't have to be plastic. I could just be me, and you guys accept it. And that's really wonderful, and I thank you for that. All right, remember filling these blanks? I'd never change blank about myself. I never change being honest and like putting things out there. Sometimes I don't sugarcoat things. I just sit there and say, this front journey's hard. I don't sit there and say, well, you can do it. You just have to. I coddle to a point, because you have to. You have to show some empathy to people, because you have to. You have, because it's hard. And I would want somebody to have that empathy to me. So I would never change about being empathetic towards people, and and always listening to them. And every time I get a comment, I get an email, I get a message, I listen, and I try to give a little bit of instruction and positivity back. And look, there's got to be something they're doing right. There has to be. There always is. We just have to pull it out. Blank comes naturally. Talking, connecting with people, creating food has always come naturally. Since I was a teenager, I was in the kitchen and just creating things from nothing. And it was, and like marrying Steve, because he eats everything. And he was always, my mother, well, you're lucky you got him, because she knows I'm a bit of a, and there's this odd things, and a lot of things I don't make twice, because I'm creating, and I'm just not really looking at what I'm putting in there. I just grab this and that, and create, and it's always good, but we never know what the hell it is. But yes, I think cooking and creating recipes and foods that are now on the healthier side versus just delicious. And they're all good. And if you're not eating something that's good, then you're doing something wrong. So, name an attribute that most closely relates to your answers. For example, thoughtful, focused, clever, open-minded, loving, spiritual, hopeful, grateful, strong, creative, curious, brave, zestful, determined, forgiving, and a sense of humor. I think I wouldn't change my sense of humor, and I mentioned that in the vlog the other day. I try to bring laughter, because I feel like it burns more calories, and you have to laugh and you have to relax. I wouldn't like to be all uptight and like obsessive compulsive. I know, I felt, part of me always says, oh, I should be more upset, but why? You know what? I don't want to be nervous and worrying and always constantly doing something. I just like being and living in the moment. My strength is compassion, I feel. But you could say something different if you don't think that's my strength. I feel like I like to listen to people. I understand people. I'm empathetic. Like, I know what you go through, because I go through it, and I've been through it, and I still go through it. So I feel like I understand. Somebody said that to me. You have such a great way of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, because you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes, because people say you can't, but you can, because life's journeys like that. You can imagine what things are like and what decisions you'd make, because we all make the different choices. We all have our own mind and what we would choose to do differently. But I feel my strength is just being empathetic, sympathizing, and understanding. And that's why somebody said I should have been a psychologist. I'm like, yeah, well, in another life. Step 2, picture times you've used this strength. To connect to it, realize its impact. I realize it every day on this channel, my strength, because I connect with people, And I formed a community through that. And I never expected that. I never really knew that I had that in me. And this channel has brought that out. And I use it every day when I do videos, when I in the group, when I answer a post, when I answer a question, when I respond to anything. I definitely put myself in that person's situation. Write an affirmation to remind you of your strength. It can be simple as I'm focused, or my zest for life is my greatest asset. My affirmation is my zest for life and for my healthy journey is to empower others to find that inner strength, because it takes that little inner strength that gets you moving. And you can, like I always say, if I could sit here and do this, I know you can, because I've lived my life. I've seen how I am. I've been heavy for 45 freaking years. 45, that's a long time to be above a size 16. Yeah, so I know the struggle is real. I know food is good. I know you want to eat that piece of cake, and I know you want to go back for seconds. I live it every day. So I sit there and I get that, and I'm not going to punish you for it, because that's not going to help, because it's going to make you want it even more because you're sad about it. So I try to empower you to want not to have it, and to sit there and find a way to have it in a more controlled atmosphere, a more controlled way. And if I could help you, if I could come up with a cake recipe or a way to make that in a lower point so you could enjoy it but still have it, because the more you want it, the more you're going to find a way to get it. So that's my affirmation, is to sit there and just help you guys and find ways to get that food that we crave. Deploy your affirmation and your strength's power by saying it every morning to set the tone for the day. Yeah, I definitely wake up every morning. Like yesterday, I wasn't planning on filming yesterday. I was taking the day off. But I woke up with an idea, and I thought, would people benefit from this idea? They might, because what could I do to empower somebody? Like, how can I make their weigh-in day a little bit better? So I'll show them what my day before weigh-in day looks like and how I eat. And it's not like I'm not starving, because I'm telling you, there's people out there not eating. Let's dive a little deeper. Most of us know this journey isn't straightforward. It's full of detours, speed bumps, and occasionally a flat tire. It all can be too easy to replay the tough moments and think, what's wrong with me? We all look at the negative. We don't look at the little positives we make. We look at the big negative. I had a gain this week, and not how much you stayed on plan all week, but like me, I had a 0.2 gain. I guess they say, oh my God, I gained 0.2. I made great choices this week. My week was not anything bad. So just because that scale said 0.2 up, does that mean I had a bad week? Absolutely not. And you have to remember that. You have to go back and go over. Did you make all the best choices you could? I did. So I have nothing to be ashamed about. But you're more likely to enjoy the ride and get where you're going, back on track, making healthy choices instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Then how could you use that? Trying not to be perfect. We talked about this in the meeting today. Like, oh, I don't track everything. Sometimes, like, putting in, like, okay, breakfast, I had 2 slices of 647 bread. I had 2 slices of Canadian bacon. I had 2 eggs. I had a tablespoon of jelly. Just, you kind of know what it is. You know what your bread's 2 points, you know your jelly is 0, you know your eggs are 0, you know your Canadian bacon was 1 point, so you know it's 3 points. So you just go quick add breakfast, 3 points. We're not eating very differently every day. I mean, there's the occasional meal where you don't know, but for the most part, you kind of know what you're eating. So don't sit there and take all that time to put each individual thing in because you want it to be perfect. You get lunch in, you get breakfast in, you get dinner in. That's a win. Celebrate that. Celebrate it. And like I said, there's the occasional things where you might not know and you could look it up, but for the most part, you know your bread, you know your meats, you know your cheeses, because you have them every time. So you kind of know what they are. Maybe it's your partner's sense of humor or your coworker's determination. What would someone call out about you? Would you say if you were your friend? Like, you always have to treat yourself as you would a friend, because we're kinder to our friends. We're hard on ourselves. And this is an ongoing topic on Weight Watchers, how we are not kind to ourselves. And when you fill your head with negativity, you don't want to do anything. You just don't, because you're looking at the negative. Look at the positive. Look how many times you tracked this week. Look how many times you ate well this week. Don't look at the fact that, oh, I ate that ice cream and I shouldn't have. Don't dwell on it. First of all, you have the points for it. So don't sit there and feel negative about it. You got to look at the good things and not always the bad things. Hard? Yes. It is hard because it's easier. It was a movie. I don't know if it was a Julia Roberts, was a Pretty Woman, where she said it's easier to believe the bad things, and it's hard to believe the good things, because it is. because we hear the bad, negative and the bad things all the time. Because people are just mean. There are mean people out there. There are people that talk behind your back. There are people that, for some reason, are jealous of you because maybe you're on a weight loss journey and they're jealous. So they're going to say negative things about you to other people and to your face. You have to remember, jealous people, they just want what you have. They do. Whether it be that you're doing something that they should do, you're on a weight loss journey, maybe they know they should do it. So instead of doing it, they'd rather be mean to you about it. So you have to know that you're doing what's best for you, and you need to wipe away toxic people. Yep, wipe them out. You don't need them, because there's people out there, they don't have your best interest at heart. Yeah, write them off. There are too many people out in the world that you have to worry about people like that. Recognize your strength is a mindset equivalent to a hug and a cheer. A feeling of acceptance and celebration rolled into one. It can boost self-confidence. When you feel self-confident, fabulous things happen, good things happen. And that's part of the mindset. When your mindset is starting off good, it's just going to get better. And you want to do better because you're feeling good about yourself. That's why we have the lives. I do those lives 5 nights a week to pump you up, to make you feel good about yourself, because there's some of you that don't have any positivity in your life, and if you come there and I'm the only positivity of that day, I'm glad that you come. And that is why we do it. We do it so you can feel good about yourself. You have to feel good. You have to. It can boost self-confidence in your ability to accomplish anything, stay within your budget, or develop a new skill. Grilling, or help you see solutions based on what comes natural or works for you. Like I said, I know there's people that don't like to cook. I get that. Does it make your journey easier? Yeah. Do you have to cook? There's ways around it. There's ways to not have to be all day in the kitchen. If that's not your thing, you can't force it. You can't. You just have to find little tweaks and little ways that you can, benefit from a little bit of what can we do to prep that keeps you out of the kitchen, but gets you really whole good foods. Like, get some chicken, even rotisserie chicken. I don't understand when people say rotisserie chicken is bad. Rotisserie chicken is chicken. It's chicken. You have that, grab that. In some places you can get it, it's already off the bone. That's even better. And you can get some frozen vegetables. They don't have to be fresh. You can get them frozen, cook them, and put your chicken on there. Make a little steam bag of rice. Get minute rice. You don't have to boil it in the Instant Pot. Get minute rice. You've got yourself a dinner. Make a pasta. Put some vegetables. Put some protein. I love putting diced tomatoes on everything. It just always works. And have a nice big ass salad and throw some proteins in there. Like, if I'm going to have a salad, it's going to have proteins, it's going to have egg, it's going to have some seeds in there, it's going to have maybe some chickpeas, and it's opening a can. And I think you need to empower yourself to create really good, delicious food, and that's not time consuming, because you'll see, wow, I can get that out there. I can do this, I can do that. Make it overnight oats the night before. Breakfast is ready for you when you get up in the morning, and it's fantastic. So that is it. Oh, I want to show you something. Next to my WD meeting, there's a Dollar Tree. And somebody posted in the group that they had the mini loaf pads. I scored before. Are they not cute? It says grateful. It says gather. I mean, $1.25. So if you go find your local Dollar Tree, go grab yourself one. This is my best friend. I am dubbed myself the queen of the mini loaf. So run to your local DT, and they're in the harvest section. They're not in the cooking section. They're not in the glass section. They're in the harvest section. So wherever your harvest is, where your ceramic pumpkins are, because I almost didn't find mine. So Rose and I, we were like 2 detectives and we found them. So go to your DT. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Answer those questions in the comments below for me. I would love to hear your answers. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to my channel and join our community here on YouTube. We also have a fantastic Facebook group. So you want to be part of that, Dish with Dee's crew, there is linked down below. So that's it. I will hopefully see you tomorrow for meal prep. I'm a little behind on that. Who knows if I get it done. If I don't, then you don't get a meal prep. Or I'll just put up the overnight oats that I did. I did a peaches and cream overnight oats on Monday. I think you saw it. I think I posted on Instagram. I was going to call it peach. I had peach cobbler, peach pie. I didn't know what to call it. And Peter goes, it's called peaches and cream because you got yogurt in there. So I don't know. We're just going to call it peachy overnight oats. I don't know. It's good. It's peach season here in New Jersey. So it's good to have some fresh peaches. So that's it. I will dish with you another day. Have a great weekend, and I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye, my lovelies. And remember, you are fabulous.